Okay, so you're watching this video because you have just run the code to left join county pills per year to county population. So remember, this is a join, so the same process applies here. We're putting two tables together based on some common field. The type of join that we do helps determine whether or not a row gets returned. So as we saw above with inner joins, it was only where there was an exact match on those common fields that a record got returned in the join table. Left join works a little bit differently. What it says is return all of the records from the first table. So in this case, county pills per year is our first table, or table A if we're looking at this. So return it, regardless of whether there's a corresponding match in table B. If there is a corresponding match in table B, pull that information for that matching record from table B and put it in our new table. Otherwise, if that doesn't exist, we're still going to return that row, even though there wasn't a match, but we're just going to leave the column that contains the information we pulled from table B, in this case our population table, we're going to leave it blank. So I know that's a little bit confusing, so let's walk through this. So here's our join table that we have left joined, just as above. We're calling it county pills population. So first, something I want you to notice is that there are 3,130 rows, which, by the way, is exactly the same as the number of rows in our pills table, the left side of this join. So what we've done here is we've pulled every single record from county pills per year. And where we found a match in county population, for example, Autauga, Alabama is in both of those tables, right? We saw that above. Because there was a match, we pulled the value from average pills per year and stuck it in this column, and pulled the value for population and stuck it in this column. So where there was a match, all the records from county pills per year are returned no matter what. But where it finds a match with population, we put the value for population. Okay, but what about rows in which that county was listed in our pills table, but not our population table? Let's take a look at how the left join handles that. So if you recall, we had Puerto Rico counties in our pills table. We had information about pill shipments there, but we did not have information about the population in Puerto Rico in our population table. So when I filter for buyer state and I just type PR, let's look at what we have. So it has successfully pulled all the records for all the Puerto Rico counties, and this is because all of these counties existed in our original pills table. And because we had information about average pills per year, it listed it here. But you'll notice that all of the population for all of these counties is NA. Why is that? Because in our county population table, we don't have any information about Puerto Rico. So with the left join, that record has still been returned. If we had done an inner join, the record wouldn't have been returned at all. This row wouldn't have been returned. But with the left join, it is returned. But because there was no corresponding match in the other table, this just gets left as NA. Something we also saw when we did the left join before was the fact that in our population table, we had information for Bristol, Alaska, right? We knew there were 989. Okay, so that's a record that was in our population table. But it was not in our original pills table, if you recall. Right? For whatever reason, it's a small county. We just didn't have information about what was happening in Bristol, Alaska. And so you'll notice in our final join table, when we left joined, we have a bunch of counties for Alaska, but none of them are Bristol. And that's because when we do a left join, what we're saying is pull all of the records from the first table. So pull all of the records from county pills per year. Bristol, Alaska is not on this list. And because it's not on this list, and that's the table we started with, it will not show up in our joined table. Okay, let's move on to right joins.